Patiently waiting for the stream of faith which brings life forever. The man of tomorrow. Who will be the man of tomorrow? Who will be the man of tomorrow?
And I can't emphasise this too much. Important. Be really, really aware that if you put too many fish in a system at the beginning, you will overstress the system, will overstress the fish. You need to allow the bacterial filters to build up before you start adding loads of fish. So 1 or 2 fish at the beginning, brilliant, and then slowly add your fish to it. Too many at the beginning will overstretch the filters. Here, the filter we've got at the moment, let me turn that one off. I did modify it very slightly. It's a little bit tighter now because the tray up. 1 second. Same idea. This is a seed tray with a half seed tray. These you get these for inside propagators. This time, instead of cutting the slots out, I've drilled them out. It's just cleaner and more convenient. And then this is a very fine filter medium, which you can see it flows onto and through it or over it until it reaches here where it will flow onto the main one. Once it gets to here, obviously this filter is dirty, it needs cleaning. I'll just remove this so you can see how it's working. So this area here is where the larger particles will fall and keep getting bombarded by the water. Helps to break up the ammonias. And then we have just placed volcanic stone. Half of this is brand new and half of it is the old volcanic stone out of this old bacterial filter. So there we go. This is a bubbly backed foam medium. And then I have placed holes in the end. Before I had tank fittings in the end. I've replaced those by putting a series of holes. I hope you can see those video. Now what happens with that, let's push it back in. Not too far now, and put that back on. What happens with this, as you can see, when the water comes out now, it cascades. You get lots of different, rather than having 2 flows out, you get a more, you can see them, I hope so anyway, it's starting to come on there now. So you get a much more aeration and it's quieter than it was before. So, beginning to flush. Gets poor, the quality of the water gets poor, then the parasites and the fungus and the fish can't tend to fend them off. The water works a little bit like our immune system, I suppose. If we've got a really strong immune system, then we don't catch the viruses and so on. So I've been really focusing on keeping the water to a really high quality. Now, what we've done is, when I had the fish in this pool ran perfectly well for years. By adding a few extra small fish, I overstocked it. When I overstocked this dropped the water quality significantly within a few days, and made the fish open to contracting the viruses and the parasite. So you can see now we have a few fish in here, which is like me being used as a second quarantine at the moment, just to make sure nothing's developing in these few little fish. And the rest of the larger fish, you can see one there, struggling a little bit. I think we're going to lose that one within the next day or 2. So yeah, what I want to kind of mention, I really want to make it clear to people, when you stock an area, work out the area, the size you've got, the surface area. Now once you've got that, so by taking the width and the length of it, it's a bit difficult to say on this one, you'll be able to calculate the amount of fish you should have. Now this is the bit I think is really important. If you've got one 6-inch fish, it will use up more oxygen and create more ammonia than 6 1-inch fish. Okay? Now when you calculate it, add the length of all the fish together. So this container, I think, would take, I think it was 48 inches of fish, and when I calculate all this, I have about 45 inches. No, 60 inches, and this is about 45. So you don't count the tail. It's from the tip of the fish, and none of them are going to stay still, so I can use my finger to point to them. You calculate from the nose or the mouth of the fish down to the tail, but not the actual tail, you know, the beginning of the tail. So from the head back to where the tail begins. And then I'll add all the lengths up together, and that'll give you a total length of fish. So this could take, I think it's like 4 feet of fish. When you add all these fish together in here, we're not far off that. So what I'd actually done is, by adding a few extra fish to this one, I'd overstocked it, made the water quality go down, and then the parasites attack the fish. So I know I've spent quite a lot of time on the update, but it is important, this, and the stocking of fish. Just thought I'd show you a little bit of behind the scenes. This is the multi-pot system we have on the wall. Seen many times from the other side. This is how it's actually working. Shown it previously. I'd just like to point out this cable tie. There's cable tie and a little piece of plastic tubing, which I'm sure you can't see, which is just sleeved around the tube on this one. By tightening this or slackening it off slightly, gets this, tunes it for want of a better word. You can see there what it's actually doing. Oh, it's just, you might hear it gurgling, it's just empty. All those are all teed together. It's just got an elbow, and the next one is a T, all connected together, and they all disappear out through this pipe, elbow at the end. When the water level rises, these pots being filled from the other side, gets to here, it starts to flow over. Once it starts to flow over here, the air's trapped, it begins to siphon. It'll be pulling up from there, up and round, and there you can see it is the U siphon, external U siphon. The fish that we thought we were going to die all seem to be recovering, all 3 of them, and keeping them in there, keep changing that water quite regularly, so we've got the best quality water. And as you can see, we have another slug. So he has to be ejected from the property. He is not allowed. Goodbye, slug. He's gone airborne. My homemade one. The only reason is because the light, you can see it's got a light inside there. My UV light had gone. So the other one, the one I made, is going elsewhere. We put on another system, maybe at the bus in Rochdale. Also we have an oak. This is an English oak, which we've grown from seed in a pot. The cherry we didn't. The cherry was bought in, but this one has grown from an acorn from the Druid Wood in Huddersfield. And it comes complete with its own fairy. Not me, of course. Right, there's the end of the update for you. Once again, thank you very much for all the people that have subscribed, left comments on the page and the videos. It is great fun. Just starting to flush, starting to fill up. So yeah, that's about the end of the video. Let us know what you do know, and ask us what you don't.
Strike with knowledge, oh children. Within I know, I rock is a solid foundation. Jah is our guide through creation. Have faith, bow patiently waiting for the stream of faith which